Dunedin North MP David Clark is about to select his next youth parliamentarian. Youth Parliament is a 3-yearly opportunity for young Kiwis to represent their peers and experience democracy in action. And Dr Clark is here to tell us more about it. Good evening.
Good evening, Rebecca.
What is the process of selecting a youth MP?
Well, applicants go to my website, davidclark.org.nz/youth parliament, and on there's a form that takes about 4 minutes to fill out, and they put in an application. Those applications are closing this Sunday, so anyone who knows someone who'd make a good youth MP, who's in their final couple of years of school or about to be, should encourage them to apply. When the applications are all in, we may have to do a second round. It looks like there's some good applications in there, but I will sit down with the previous youth MP that I had, Bok Young Mun, and another youth MP that was in town, Ingie Johnston, and we'll go through, decide if there needs to be another round, another exercise. We've got to decide by October the 9th who would be a good representative, and we make a recommendation then to Ministry of Youth Development, and they pick up the youth MP and we run from there.
What attributes are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for someone who's engaged with their peers, someone who's kind of interested in the role, obviously, has done a bit of research to find out how they can have influence in the role, but also, I guess, ultimately someone who wants to make the world a better place.
What will they do as a youth MP?
Well, as a youth MP, they're the youth MP for the whole of 2016. And that means that during the year they get to leverage that role. They can use it pretty much as they like. Bok Young, when she was my youth MP, set up a youth council that advised me on the issues affecting youth, and that really helped me in my ongoing efforts to make sure that I am representing the youth of Dunedin well. And then in July they go into Youth Parliament for a couple of days and represent Dunedin in that environment, and have debates and do the whole shebang, and it's quite an experience.
What do they learn from it?
Well, I think they learn how democracy works, the processes in Parliament, but also on the ground here in Dunedin, what makes a successful campaign. How do you affect change about issues that really matter, be they climate change or child poverty or whatever the issues are that young people are concerned about that they want to represent in this role. In the past, it's been about democratic engagement, and drug issues and things like that. And young people want to know how to better represent their own interests, so they get the opportunity to see all of that up close and influence the process.
How do you hope that the youth MP will work in the community?
Well, I hope they'll work similarly to how Bok Young did things like street murals and organised that. She's just done a rafting trip, I think, which was featured on your program down the West Coast. Do things that draw attention to issues that you care about. I've got a forum coming up with Annette King coming to talk about health cuts Monday week at noon at Knox Church. And a youth MP might be somebody who helps get youth along, helps make sure that the concerns around youth, healthcare, mental health issues are brought to the fore in a forum like that. So there's always going to be lots of opportunities around events that are going on in town and making new opportunities.
What have some of your previous youth MPs achieved?
Well, I've mentioned some of the examples, obviously. I think that youth council that was set up was neat from my perspective. Meeting regularly with young people, some of whom were youth MPs, some of whom were representatives from schools, and getting a sense of what was going on for them and what they wanted to have represented in Parliament was really valuable. And I hope that whoever is the lucky youth MP is as good as those I've had in the past.
Dunedin North MP David Clark, thank you so much for your time. Good luck.
Thanks, Rebecca.